welcome to the Sheffield Arena for this Premier Division ice hockey match between the Sheffield Steelers and the Basingstoke Beavers. The Basingstoke Beavers top of the Premier Division, the Sheffield Steelers struggling a bit at the bottom of the table. Both sides in their first season in the top league in Great Britain. The Sheffield Steelers in their third year of existence. Promotion in the first two seasons, now in the Premier Division. 1 Andy Havenhand, 2 Alan Haig, 4 Tim Cranston, 6 Neil Abel, 8 Scott Neal, 9 Claude Duma, 10 Steve Neveth, 11 Tommy Plummer, 16 Danny Boone, 19 Mark Wright, 21 Chris Kelland, 22 Les Milley, 24 Selma O'Gline, 26 Ron Tudor, and Martin Mackay, goalie number 30. The Basingstoke Beavers, number 1, Neil Peters, 4, Drew Chapman, 6, Stuart Wiesman, 8, Richard Mears, 9, Andy Pickles, captain number 10, Kevin Conway, 14, Anthony Page, 15, Jeff Smith, 16, Cassie Dawkins, 17, Russ Perrault, 18, Kenny Redmond, 19, Mario Belanger, 20, Tony Redmond, 21, Mark Slater, and 22, Dave Whistle. Basingstoke Beavers also in their first season in the Premier Division. Steve Nemeth, an influential figure, former Team Canada player, played in the Olympics for the Team Canada team, now very much the quarterback, if you like, for the Sheffield Steelers. The Sheffield Steelers, as you look, playing from left to right, coming off the back of a rather sizable defeat against the Whitley Warriors the previous evening. Tim Cranston trying to clear his lines. The Basingstoke Beavers chase into the corner. Mark Slater following through, but the Steelers will manage to clear. To get round referee Dave Large, it's in the corner. Player comes to a halt. On Tudor in the corner there with Cassie Dawkins. The end of the first passage of play. And the Basingstoke Beavers have had a much better start to their Premier Division campaign than the Sheffield Steelers, who are looking to bounce back in front of their home crowd. Something like 6,000, maybe 7,000 here at the arena tonight. Face-off won by the Steelers, be chased around the back of the net by Tim Cranston. Also there's Chris Kelland trying to force the puck up the ice. Get into a bit of a tangle there, the Steelers. Played in the direction of goal. Kenny Redmond just waiting back off the play. Mario Belanger was the man who got the shot in on target. It'll be cleared from the back by Kelland. Through the middle, trying to pick out his man, which would have been Scott Neal. But it's the Basingstoke Beavers keeping it in the Steelers' end of the ice. Kelland once again back behind his owner, peeling off to the left to Scott Neal. Scott Neal nearly getting in his way, but Kelland making a bit of room for himself. Carries it all the way down the ice. Cranston arriving in the middle. Shot! And a great save by Neil Peters. Acrobatics as he launched himself to the left. Great chance to Cranston, not taken. 3 minutes 55 on the clock.
Yeah, as you can see there, Chris Kelland, a great rush up the ice from behind his own net, takes it along the board. He's coming behind the goal line. You can see him looking up. Cranston's coming in straight into the slot. One times it. It's a good save by the Peters.
Steelers win the face-off, but can't get the shot away. Battling for it, though, is Les Milley. Milley keeps control of his skate. Loses his stick in the process there as the Basingstoke Beavers defence trying to take him off guard. Here comes a shot from Neil Abel. It will be cleared, though, by Dave Whistle. Into the boards, coming out front for Cranston, but didn't reach his stick. Instead, Milley will try and set things up. Cranston is pushed off the play by Pickles. The Steelers still have it. Cranston looking for the wraparound. Out in front is Claude Duma. And Cranston will chase again. Knocks Pickles off the play, knocks him off again. Quite legitimately, says referee David Large. Through the middle goes Whistle. And in front was Mario Belanger, and the Basingstoke Beavers, seemingly out of nothing, get the touch. And the referee decides that that is going to be a goal for the Basingstoke Beavers. Put everybody on the hop.
Yes,
in fact, it looks like he's decided to give a face-off just outside the blue line. We'll see now, Paul Thompson, why that was disallowed.
It's the only thing I can think of, Bob. It must have been a skate that actually pushed it into the net, but some sloppy defensive work by Sheffield there. They had a rush up the other end. They've got to get tight when coming back.
David Large, the referee, not making his indication particularly clear, but it went on off the skate of the player, as you saw there from the replay. Now Plummer on the chase. The puck will be taken away though by Dave Whistle. Two-line pass indicates the linesman on the far side, and a bit of argy-bargy going on here. And involved is Chris Callan. There's 2 or 3 players, and they're weighing in with punches. There's about 2 or 3 different skirmishes going on at the moment. The linesman trying to intervene. And Chris Callan just saying what he thinks about the situation. There's Millie just to the left of your picture, involved in a lengthy exchange of views with Andy Pickles. And Kenny Redmond just picks up Neil Abel, who comes to survey what's been going on.
As you can see here, Cranston goes in with his hands up high. Him and Conway are squaring up to each other, and Big Neil Abel's waiting there just to break it up.
Well, amazingly, the referee has decided not to take any action about that. He's decided it really wasn't enough to warrant a penalty, so shot comes in from Redmond. He'll get another opportunity now as he's back in possession of the puck, trying to work his way into net. Does well, looking for the pass out front, nearly came back to him. The Steelers on the chase is Richard Mears. Pickles dumps it back in. Redmond again, waiting in the middle for the pass. He'll chase in and try and dispossess the Steelers' number 6, that's Neil Abel, but the puck is trapped on the boards. 7 minutes and 10 elapsed in this first period.
Sheffield seem to be having a few problems getting it out their own end, Bob. They should actually give it a bit more hammer and it will go around the board. They're getting pinned in their own end, and Basingstoke are taking advantage of this.
No score yet in the first period between the Sheffield Steelers and the Basingstoke Beavers. The puck has entered the net already, but off a Beavers skate. It was disallowed by the referee. An opportunity opening up for the Steelers with Steve Nemeth. The linesman said that's okay, and it's not offside. And it's young Mark Wright who dumps it around the boards, hoping that Nemeth can pick up on it. He tries to clatter Russ Perrault down to the ice. He remains upwardly mobile and gets the puck launched towards Cassie Dawkins. There's Millie in the corner, digging it out as well. There's Wright looking for number 22 in the middle. That's Dave Whistle. Shot ricochets off the plexiglass. The Steelers again have to do a little bit of defending. It's near side. Puck emerges for Nemeth and then is taken away from him by Chris Callan. That was a poor pass. He was trying to seek out Claude Dumas. And in the end, it just went all the way down to the other end, almost apologetically, and they'll return back for a face-off in the Steelers' end. Face-off that nobody seems keen on picking up. Tommy Plummer's out there with a battle with Pickles on left wing. Steelers have to take it the long route round with Cranston. Cranston picks out his man, but in the end, it's just played back in by Slater. Comes the stick of Marcin McKay to meet it. They get themselves in a little bit of a tangle there, the Steelers defence. Now they break away with Nemeth. Nemeth across to Dumas. Dumas shot. Well, he should have put it home from that range and from that angle. Had plenty of time too. Shot now from Chris Callan. And at long last, the Steelers are on the board. They should have been there through Dumas. And that's what Dumas is telling Steve Nemeth. I'm sorry, I didn't do it at the first time. But he's let off the hook. Got out of jail by the first goal of the afternoon for Chris Callan.
That's a lovely pass across to Dumas. You see him pick it up there. And I think he just shaves the side of the post, but he makes amends. The puck rebounds nicely to him. He turns on it, plays it back up to the point, and Callan lets a boomer. Top corner.
We haven't seen a penalty in this game yet. There have been a couple of very close calls to both sides, but the referee decided to let things go. That, in terms of getting a bit of fluidity in this game, it's not a bad idea. Shot from Millie, well, a dump more than a shot for Tommy Plummer to chase in. Plummer takes his man into the boards. It's getting a bit physical behind the net. David Large just takes a look. Shot from Nemeth. Rebound from Plummer. Hasn't gone in, according to David Large. About as close as you can possibly get, but it didn't go in. And the Basingstoke Beavers get a life.
We couldn't actually see from here, Bob, but that was very close. Yes, you can see Tommy Plummer's coming behind the net. Nemeth picks it up, puts it across. goes onto his backhand, and no, it does, it hits the side of the post.
Very, very close. The referee in very close proximity to what was happening. And from where we looked, it looked like it might have just trickled in, but Neil Peters had it covered. So the two number 10s eye each other up in the face-off circle. Conway against Nemeth. It'll come back though for Dumar. Dumar tries to keep it on the ice. Meanwhile, Cassie Dawkins brings it away for the Basingstoke Beavers. Moving into position now for the pass across. But it didn't reach him in the end. And the Steelers can clear through their goal scorer, Chris Kellan. Kellan just flipping it in the direction of Scott Neal to move out to left wing. Here's Dumar. Dumar over the blue. Still has it. Got Shudra arriving in position. Nemeth there as well. Shudra wasn't looking where the puck was. Could have got a good pass there from Nemeth, but had his back to the play. Dawkins will try and clear. Scott Neal waiting for it. Now here's Conway with two men between him and the goal. Little reverse pass to Russ Perron. But the Steelers defence holding up quite well at the moment. Shudra back out to Conway again. Shot in the direction of goal. Kellan will try and clear. Goes down to the ice from that challenge from Dave Whistle. Dave Whistle and Chris Kellan, that might be happening a lot tonight. First penalty of the night call, it's on the Steelers, but it won't matter because Cassie Dawkins has put the puck past Martin Mackay. I think everybody just paying a little bit too much attention to the penalty that was being called there and not the man waiting in front of net. Cassie Dawkins slots it home for Basingstoke's first of the night, 13-11 on the game.
Again, Sheffield having problems getting the puck out of their own end. Dawkins get a pass into the slot and buries it, no one on him.
So Cassie Dawkins puts the Basingstoke Beavers back on level terms, just as a penalty was about to be called on the Sheffield Steelers for a power play opportunity. Now through the middle, Cranston just couldn't pick up that. Gets in the second attempt, Cranston into the body of Peters. Smothered that one well, but it's still in the danger zone. Mark Wright plays it into the corner. Behind the goal is Russ Perron. Perron on the back of the Steelers net. Not making much progress at the moment. Here's Chris Kellan. Terrible pass. Conway was there, and luckily so was Cranston as the puck came back in towards the Steelers' goal. Cranston through the middle. There's Scott Neal. Scott Neal being held up to play, though, by Pickles. And is that going to be a penalty? No, says the referees. Let that one go. Only one penalty called, and it didn't have to be served because it was called and the goal was scored on the Sheffield Steelers. Last minute of the first period. 1-1. Balls for Kellan for the Steelers, and Cassie Dawkins for the Basingstoke Beavers. As the Beavers are in possession now, looking to force his way all the way through that melee of players with Dave Whistle. He nearly managed it as well. Instead, he gives it to his Canadian counterpart, Russ Perron. Through the middle now, looking for it is Kenny Redmond, moving across in front of net. Russ Perron, still trapped on the boards on left wing. No resolution from it so far. There are a few spare Basingstoke Beavers players in position now. The Steelers have come away with it. Shooter fires it down the ice. Two-line pass, though, onto the stick of Steve Nemeth with 6 seconds remaining in the first period. Last few seconds of the first period. Still 1-1, that's the way it's going to remain as the buzzer goes to complete 20 minutes worth of play at the Sheffield Arena. And you can't separate these two sides who were promoted from the First Division to the Premier Division last year. And they're locked together after one period's play. It's Sheffield Steelers 1, Basingstoke Beavers 1. Referee David Large drops the puck to get the second period of this Premier Division game between the Sheffield Steelers and the Basingstoke Beavers underway. 1-1 for the first period. Dumar nearly making it 2-1 to the home side. There's Nemeth behind the back of the net. Dumar waiting out in front. The puck didn't reach him this time. Some good defence by the Basingstoke Beavers. Andy Pickles getting himself in between the body of Dumar and the pass. Now Shudra chasing down the ice. Kellan's there. There'll be no resolution from that. So a face-off will ensue. We've just had 30 seconds of the second period. The world-famous Steeler Dan, doing his own particular cavorting around for the music at the Sheffield Arena. Here's Claude Dumas on the chase. Dumas tries to pick out his man on this side as the Steelers try and regroup. Winning back of the play is Mark Wright. Shooter goes backwards. Forwards goes Neal. Dumas with Neal also right there as well. Forcing his way through Scott Neal. Here's Claude Dumas with Wright out in front of net. Shooter waiting back on the blue line. Shooter has shot. Well, he was looking for Mark Wright out in front. Unselfish play by Shooter, but Wright couldn't get the tip in that he was looking for. So Neal Abel will have to chase back because that won't be an icing call. Neal Abel. Pass to the right wing. He's trying to pick out Ron Shooter. Well, Scott Neal waiting for it as well. Now here comes Claude Dumas. Dumas with Wright. Scrappy around centre ice at the moment. Shooter's there again. So too, going back to his own defensive zone is Claude Dumas, but now an opening for the Basingstoke Beavers, which is put away by Tony Redmond. The pass across from Mario Belanger. Once again, the Sheffield Steelers defence caught in a rather indecisive mood, and the away team have made them pay. It's 2-1 to the Beavers, and it came like this.
Yeah, Dumas picking the puck up here. He's been forechecked hard, pops the puck up. Belanger brings the puck round. It's a 2-on-1, slides a beautiful pass across. Top shelf, straight over Martin McCoy. Not a lot of covering in the defensive zone.
As Kellen fells his man just behind the net, referee not looking. Now Shudra. Shudra has got a one-on-one opportunity. Shoots straight into the body of Neil Peters. Peters made himself big in the goal, and in fact I think he's hurt himself. Rather delayed reaction there from the Basingstoke Beavers goaltender, but he took that fully on the body.
Yeah, Shudra picking the puck up and sitting down, coming through centre ice. It's onto his forehand. That's a very hard slap shot though. Caught the goal and it looks like he's injured him. Probably winded.
Two Great Britain players facing each other in the face-off circle, Tim Cranston and Kevin Conway, and it's the Basingstoke Beavers who come out with it. Here's Russ Perron. Perron lets one go. Martin Mackay sees that one coming all the way along the ice and gets his pads in the way, and there's nobody to give the puck to, so he decides to hold on to it for a face-off to the left of his goal as he looks out.
Yeah, Perron picking the pass up, going from end to end. Kellen standing him up well so he can't get past him, so he takes the shot, and a good leg save from Martin McCoy.
Once again, Cranston against Conway in the face-off circle. Steelers finding it hard to win those face-offs in the crucial areas of the ice. Just letting them down a bit at the moment. And Mark Wright going in quite heavily on Russ Perron. The referee decides that's quite legitimate. No call needs to ensue. And a chance for the Steelers to wrap around there for Cranston. Not as close as you can get, but Neil Peters read that play rather well and saw what Cranston wanted to do and had it smothered all the way.
Yeah, some good work by young Mark Wright on the boards. Gets it to Les Milley. Les thinks it off the boards over the back of the net. And Cranston tries the wrap around. It's an unlucky play.
Conway tries to win it again. Steve Nemeth in there for the Sheffield Steelers. Here's Abel. Halfway. Ooh, that didn't miss by a great deal, did it? Into the corner. 50-50 puck, could be anybody's. Kellen gets a shot away, and the rebound nearly went in off the stick of Dave Whistle there. Neil Peters more than alert to the danger. Neil Abel tries to clear his lines into the path of Steve Nemeth. Ricochets back to Chris Kelland. On the chase is Claude Dumas. The number 9 for the Basingstoke Beavers. Andy Pickles picks it up. Poor pass though. Steelers regroup. Good chance here, opening up. Scott Neal out in front, opportunity for Kelland, rebound comes back, and Claude Dumas is the man who finally puts it away. He's delighted with that. The goals have dried up a bit for the French-Canadian recently for the Sheffield Steelers. Just one assist in the previous game against the Whitley Warriors, but he gets his name on the score sheet goal-wise with goal number 2 for the Steelers.
Yes, Scott Neal picks up the puck here. He's looking in the slot, goes across the slot, back to Steve Nemeth. On his backhand, feeds it to Claude Dumas, and he one time. And it should give Claude a bit of confidence to score a few more.
Perron. Be cleared though by Chris Kelland. Perron will dump it back in, but again, and he finds a Steelers player, Tommy Plummer. Gives it to Chris Kelland. Kelland to Millie. Millie through the middle for Nemeth. Much of a chase from him, so Perron will pick up on it for the Beavers. Stolen though by Millie. Millie's shot well wide of the target, and that had a lot of force in it, not much accuracy, and ricochets all the way back down to the Steelers' end, where Chris Kelland, the assistant captain of the Sheffield Steelers, Great Britain captain, brings it away. Over the blue line it comes. Not getting much depth from those clearances though, the Steelers. And having to help out again is Les Millie. Millie rides on challenge, does very, very well indeed. Millie with the opportunity opening up. Good goaltending again by Neil Peters, who's spread himself to stop the pass coming across the face of net. And that'll come all the way down the ice for an icing call.
As you can see, Les does a lot of hard work here, takes it over the blue line, he's thrusting into the net. Unfortunately on his backhand, if it was on his forehand, he'd have got more power in the shot. Well, actually tried to slip it across. But a good play by the defenseman.
Kelland has it for the Steelers. To Shudra, back to Kelland. Cranston now, getting over the blue line, over halfway, might let one go, he does. Gets a ricochet off the stick of Russ Perron, and it falls favourably to a Steelers stick. Creamed into the boards there. Sheffield Steelers, Steve Nemeth fighting his way out of trouble. Scott Neal. Nemeth is there as well. Cranston waiting in behind the play. Shot comes in from Mario Belanger. And Martin Mackay stands up tall and straight and doesn't let that one through. Shot dumped in by Danny Boone. There's a bit of open ice opening up now for the Basingstoke Beavers. Inside it goes from Richard Mears. Picks out Redmond. Into the corner across the face, waiting for the tip-in was Mario Belanger, and he hasn't given up on this play yet. He and Cranston have a little cuddle. Wrestles to the ice. Meanwhile, the play continues on the other side of the ice. Through with the shot. It's Steve Nemeth. He's looking for the rebound and ricochet as well with Cranston, but that one eludes Ron Shudra. Now an opening for Kevin Conway, but something happening behind the play. There's a Basingstoke Beaver down on the ice. It looks like Dave Whistle's holding his nose. Never going to tell exactly what happened from that play, and his colleagues are rather worried about his state as he goes towards the Basingstoke Beavers bench. And Dave Whistle leaves the ice, and we can see what happened.
Yeah, they're going to the corner there. Oh yes, it's a high stick by, is that Tommy Plummer? Steve Nemeth. A high stick, and I think he catches him on the bridge of his nose.
Just 9.5 minutes remaining of the second period. The Basingstoke Beavers now forcing their way through en route to the Sheffield Steelers goal. Shudra to Kelland. Kelland may have to give it back to Shudra as the Sheffield Steelers retreat. He does. He finds Shudra on right wing. To play it through. A chase needed to be done by the Steelers if they're going to keep possession. Kelland lets one go, and it nearly got the ricochet of Anthony Page, who knew nothing absolutely about that one. Martin Mackay will just watch it all the way to the red line. Cross it, so no icing call. Shudra on right wing. Now a chance for the Steelers. For Nemeth. Nemeth might do this all by himself. Comes out front, and Dumas again converts for the Sheffield Steelers. They're in front again. And good work by the 10 and 9 for the Sheffield Steelers. Dumas makes it his second. The Steelers' third of the game. Steelers 3, Beavers 2.
A lovely play by Steve Nemeth there. Draws the defenseman. takes it round the back of the net, puts his brakes on, gets onto his forehand, chips it past through to Dumas, who one times it straight to the roof.
Cranston, a bit of a wrestling match going on there with Tony Redmond, and he comes off just about on top, literally as well. It's Conway playing it back to the aforementioned Redmond. Conway's going to go on the chase. He and Plummer come together. Cross in front of net, great opportunity ending up for Conway. Scramble around the face of net. Plummer clears it with a bit of help from Mackay, and now Plummer will bring it out. Looking for somebody down the middle of the ice. Les Milley was the only person in close range, and he couldn't get to it. So the Basingstoke Beavers retain possession temporarily at least. A banging and crashing going on. Now here's Milley. Milley over the blue line, runs into his player. Scott Neal still has a puck. Good shot by Milley, which is padded away by Neil Peters. Still danger for the Beavers. Here's Milley again. Conway will try and clear. Back it comes, looking for Scott Neal. But here come the Basingstoke Beavers through Russ Perrault. Perrault out to Redmond. There's no one into the corner for Anthony Page to chest. And that's when he was there. Now Never's got to do this all on his own. No support yet. He's arriving now from Chris Kelland. That stick was Russ Perrault's that went flying across the face of goal. As Basingstoke Beavers with Kenny Redmond bring it out. Mario Belanger. Two top lines on for both sides. Intercepted now by Belanger. Belanger, great chance to slide it past. But Neil Abel, the ample figure of Neil Abel, stopping him getting a clean shot on goal. Here's Dumas again, looking for Nemeth out front to return the compliment from the previous goal. Good work by Dumas. Back to Nemeth. There's Scott Neal. Scott Neal, out in front. That nearly was tipped in yet again. Nemeth waiting for it. So too was Dumas. Now here comes Basingstoke down the other end of the ice. Shot unleashed by Belanger. And, well, a bit of luck and a bit of good fortune there for the Steelers stopping that one going through. Sliding down onto the ice. Scott Neal may have lost an edge as he was going for that one. Here's captain of the Basingstoke Beavers, Kevin Conway, trying to make his way through. 6:07 remaining on the period. It's Sheffield Steelers 3, Basingstoke Beavers 2. Welcome back to the Sheffield Arena for this Premier Division game between the Sheffield Steelers and the Basingstoke Beavers, the two newcomers to the Premier Division. And it's 3-2 to the Steelers, could be 4-2 now. Leslie slots it home. And he's more than a little bit delighted about that. Although with Claude Dumas, the goals really haven't been coming for the little Scotsman. But he's highly delighted. He and Cranston high fives as it's 4-2 to the Sheffield Steelers.
Yeah, a lovely play by Shudra. Comes in, goes past one player, draws them into him. Milley picks the puck up, drops his shoulder, goes the other way. Nicely taken goal.
So, a bit of daylight opening up for the Sheffield Steelers. Here's Cranston being held off the play by Anthony Page. Still has it though, works his way around the back of the net. And he'll chase for this one as well. Trying to keep it into the zone. They do. But now the Basingstoke Beavers manage to clear. Anthony Page on the chase. Neil Abel dumps it back in. That's going to be icing. Called rather belatedly by linesman Evans. And play will return all the way back down to the Steelers' end of the ice. Basingstoke trying to force the pace, trying to get some telling, meaningful shots on the range towards the Sheffield Steelers net, occupied by Martin Mackay. Instead they're having to do a bit of skating back through Dave Whistle, who seems to have been repaired from the earlier injury he got. A bit of a bloody nose, a bit of a bloody face from a high stick from Steve Nemeth. So the damage seems to have been repaired quite adequately. He's back on the ice, ready to start up again, trying to help the Basingstoke Beavers get back into this game. They seem to have lost the plot a little bit over the past few minutes and allowed the Steelers to take the advantage. Here is whistle. This one go. Try is equal to that. This is pads big in the way of the shot. Now, the Basingstoke Beavers have to clear their lines. Duma has Nemeth arriving. In fact, he might have to do a lot of work himself, and there were 3 Basingstoke Beavers players clambering and climbing all over him to stop him making any further progress down the ice, and they did just that. Now Kelland with the rush from defence. Out towards the right wing, still has it. Cranston waiting behind the play, but it's given up in the end by Kelland, who just couldn't hold on to it for long enough. Given up to his Great Britain teammate Kevin Conway. Kevin Conway tries to ride that challenge from Ron Tudor, but it didn't matter anyway because he'd strayed into an offside position.
Yeah, Conway coming over. You can see Sugar trying to stand him up. Doesn't want him to get behind him and gets a hit and knocks him over. It's the way for the defenseman to stand the forwards up as they're coming through.
Perrault goes on the chase for the Basingstoke Beavers. Puts out his right-wing colleague, Andy Pickles, but at the moment they're not making any headway or any progress down the ice. Perhaps they will now through Pickles. He goes up to the blue line, losing the puck up at the end of his stick. It's cleared by Kelland. Perrault, this one go into the body of Martin Mackay. The rebound falls fortuitously to Tommy Plummer. Plummer lets one go, decides better of it in the end. That one slid in. Good work by Tommy Plummer. And you can see how delighted Mark Wright is. One of the youngsters who's come through on the Sheffield Steelers programme a couple of years ago. He was a nobody. Nobody knew too much about him. Well, the Basingstoke Beavers will know something about him now. He's registered goal number 5 for the Steelers. They lead by 5 goals to 2.
Yeah, Tommy Plummer picks the puck up in his own zone. He knows he's going nowhere. He flicks the little one into the goalie. And Mark Wright does well to follow the play and picks the rebound. Good goal by the youngster.
Three goals in the space of 5 minutes for the home side has really transformed this game when the Basingstoke Beavers seemed on top and seemed to be controlling matters. All of a sudden, amazing how quickly things can change in this game. The Steelers look quite comfortable with that 5-2 lead. And young Mark Wright getting a goal. Doesn't score too often. But perhaps that's the shape of things to come with the youth programme at the Sheffield Steelers. Now forcing his way through Russ Perrault. Can't force his way through any further because he meets Desmilly. Now shot again from Mark Wright, who's obviously buoyed up by that second opportunity, which Neil Peters just stands there and stops, trickling under his pads. 2:41 remaining in the second period. Steelers 5-2 up, looking to make it 6 with Shudra crossing the puck down the ice. There's Nemeth. Scott Neal will try and intercept this one. A little wraparound from the Sheffield Steelers. Duma with Nemeth. Nemeth looking for it, forced back in by Duma. Rebound, ricochet. Nemeth is there again. Duma is there again. Duma trying to make some space for himself, looking for room for the shot. Shudra finds a little bit of room for the shot, but he's blocked by Tony Redmond, who'll fill that one a little bit. Scott Neal, Duma. Neil Peters there again, blocking the way through to goal. And now a chance for the Beavers to clear and get a bit of a breather. Been rather sustained pressure by the Steelers over the past few minutes, after really Basingstoke could look the better of the two teams in the first. That's Tony Redmond with that shot, which is good range, but nobody in close enough proximity to the ricochet to start making something happen for the Basingstoke Beavers. Belanger with Scott Neal. Again, Mark Slater's going to have to try and make something happen from in line with his own goal. Shudra gives a puck up to Dave Whistle. Whistle's got a good shot we've seen already in this game. Hasn't scored yet, but has been on target with most of his efforts. Conway tries to give it to Redmond, who was waiting to tap that one around the pipes. Wasn't able to. Nemeth. Here they come again, the Steelers, with a bit of room now for Tommy Plummer. Plummer's got around his man. Almost had the second opportunity. Good work, though, by Basingstoke Beavers defenseman Andy Pickles. Kenny Redmond for the Beavers. Dave Whistle. And they'll have to regroup again because the puck comes out over the Steelers' blue line. Less than half a minute remaining in the period. Could be the last action, last chance anyway for the Beavers to pull one back. Shot from Dave Whistle. Martin Mackay is in good position. Gets the pad, the stick, and the glove in close proximity. Stops any further danger for the Steelers with 18 seconds remaining on the second period. For Dumas, through the middle for Cranston. Chance now opening up, last few seconds of the period. Here's Scott Neal. Scott Neal, I was about to say fanned the shot, actually didn't get particularly close to the puck in the end. Kevin Conway just slams it down the ice. That's the end of the action in the second period, and you can hear from the reaction of the crowd that they're rather happy with this. They had a disappointing game to watch the previous evening at the arena when the Steelers were humbled by the Whitney Warriors 8-2, but they're 3 goals up going into the third period. It's Steelers 5, Beavers 2. The third period of the Premier Division game between the Basingstoke Beavers and the home side, the Sheffield Steelers, who lead by 5-2 as we enter the last 20 minutes of actual playing time. In ice hockey, it's 20 minutes of actual playing time. Every time the whistle goes, the clock stops. So, the crowd here, around about 6,000, and you watching on television, getting full value for money. Claude Dumas trying to pick up on that pass through the middle. Russ Perrault dumps it in around the back of the Steelers' net, and that's going to go all the way back down the other end. Got a touch en route, so there's no icing call made by the linesman. Comes down left wing, Mark Slater for the Basingstoke Beavers, playing from right to left as we look. Steelers in their white, blue, orange and black strip. And the Basingstoke Beavers, red tops and black shorts. Cleared by Chris Kellen for the Sheffield Steelers, played back in by Andy Pickles for the Beavers. Kellen's still in possession, trying to get it further out. He manages to do that. Now here's Cranston. Cranston might take it all the way. What a great goal by Tim Cranston. An individual effort of the very highest order. The pass from Kellen, and Cranston just did the rest. And the Steelers really have opened up a sizable advantage over their opponents now. It's Steelers 6, Beavers 2.
Cranston's bursting down the board. You can see he picks him up, cuts inside. He's looking, pulls a great deep on the defenseman there and shoves it in between the goal. Great goal by Cranston.
Dave Whistle for the Beavers. There's Belanger on the chase. Plummer moving out in front of goal to try and stop any further progress, and here's the man who's going to clear for the Sheffield Steelers. Into the path of Scott Neal. Scott Neal back to Dumas. Dumas on the turn, falls over but gets the pass away, but nobody there to collect it. Belanger straight into the path of Nemeth. Nemeth's shot gets a ricochet across the face. Dumas there as well. Scott Neal there, but he can't keep the puck in the Basingstoke Beavers zone. A whistle brings it out. Here's Plummer. Plummer leaves the puck in behind him for Chris Kelland. Kelland cuts across to left wing, making a lot of space and room and pulling the Basingstoke Beavers across to that side of the ice. Pickles will try and clear for the Beavers. Gives it to Kevin Conway. Conway now to Perrault. Perrault inside to Conway. Conway's made some space. Shot from him. Mackay ducks, it hits the plexiglass, and a good fortuitous ricochet for the Steelers. Scott Neal, now Cranston. Cranston held into the boards by Perrault, who will attempt to clear for the Beavers. Gives it to Conway. Scott Neal tries to stop his Great Britain colleague getting too far down the ice. And the puck pops out down towards the Basingstoke Beavers goal again. They have to retrieve. Here's Kenny Redmond. Redmond with Conway behind him. And that was a poor shot. Not going to do the pace in that, and nobody looking for the follow-up. Redmond again. Now they're going backwards. Perrault on halfway. Ball on the blue line. Redmond. Good shot. Good stop by Mackay. Mears. Be cleared by Abel. On the chase goes Perrault. Shadowed all the way by young Mark Wright. Mark Wright did well there because Nemeth won't have a chance to follow up. In fact, it's Kellan who gets the shot away. Kicked away by Neil Peters on halfway. Basingstoke Beavers getting a bit of acceleration through Mario Belanger. Kellan once again will clear as Belanger goes belly up on the ice. Looks to the linesman, looks to the referee, says, why haven't you called that? The referee shakes his head and says, get on with the play. Here's Duma. Duma on halfway. He's going to have to do a lot of work himself, though. Arriving belatedly, Les Milley. Les Milley tries to take it all the way through into a great goal by Les Milley. That's a fabulous goal by Sheffield Steelers, number 23. There didn't look to be a great deal on when Claude Dumas took the puck over the blue line, but Milley arriving like a shadowy ghost, moved into position, then moved into position and moved into position again for goal number 7 for the Steelers. They lead 7-2.
Yeah, lovely play by Dumas, drops it behind him. Les Milley's coming over the blue line, picks it up, beats one player, beats another player onto his backhand, and that's a great backhand shot going to the net.
Terrific stuff from the young Scot, former Fife Flyer, based in Kirkcaldy, now based in Sheffield for his second season with the Steelers. He took that goal so well. Now, the Steelers really with their tails up. What can Basingstoke do in reply? The man who's going to try and make something happen is Russ Perrault. Picks out Whistle, who in turn picks out Kevin Conway. Had a very, very quiet night by his normal standards. In fact, so far has not registered a goal. Now Dumas being held back, but he's got a bit of space to move, and arriving in space is Scott Neal. Dumas does it himself, and number 3 for him. That's his hat-trick goal in the game. The Steelers number 8. The Basingstoke Beavers defence falls apart even further, and the Steelers all but have this game clinched now. The 2 points seem to be in the bag. Steelers 8, Beavers 2.
Yes, lovely play by Claude Dumas. He persists, keeps his legs moving and being hooked earlier on, and that's a nice wrist shot there.
So another burst of goals from the Sheffield Steelers, 3 in under 4 minutes to add to 3 and 3 in the second period. They're coming in bursts, and they're coming emphatically from the home side. We're bouncing back to winning ways with great authority after a rather staccato first period. As a man who's very happy with proceedings at the moment, Alex Dampier, the Sheffield Steelers coach. Mark Wright inside, looking for Cranston. Cranston goes for a dive, doesn't impress anybody. Least of all Drew Chapman, who's going to accompany him all the way. A bit of argy-bargy going on there. And as always, Cranston not too far away from the action. Just having a few words with Kenny Redmond. Big smile over both players' faces. The end of hostilities between both sides for the time being, at least. 8:45 remaining on the clock. What about Les Milley, Paul Thompson, his contribution in this game?
Yeah, Les Milley's played great tonight. He's been rushing the puck well, he's been playing well with his teammates, and he's been finishing well, which apparently I've been struggling with lately, but he's put 2 beautiful goals away tonight.
Dave Whistle into the path of Perrault. 50-50 puck, which is won very well by the Basingstoke Beavers in the end. But they're going to have to hold on a bit to try and keep possession, so don't succeed in doing. Neil Abel gets rid of it, and a chance and an open net there for Mario Belanger. He's just waiting in the right position at the right time, at the right stage in the passage of play. And it's Belanger who was really goal-hanging, who got the touch. That silenced the crowd for the time being. It's 8-3 to the Steelers.
Yes, you can see Belanger on the back post, no one marking him at all, and he's got an open goal and he slots it away nicely. Bad marking by Sheffield. Willie
battling to win it. In the end, it's Conway who does. Round the boards from Slater. Behind is Conway. Out in front is Kenny Redmond. He really should have slotted that one home, but Martin Mackay made sure he didn't. Now on halfway is Russ Perrault. Perrault with Conway. Conway arriving in the middle. And did that one get in? Well, it looked like it might have done. It certainly twanged back off something. Must have hit the inside of the post and come back. Lightning reflexes from both the goal judge, the referee and the linesman there to call that one off. Kevin Conway, certainly the number 10 for the Basingstoke Beavers, thought it had gone. Here he is again on the puck. Trying to make it count for certain this time. Can't. There's Plummer. Just under 3 minutes to go. Plummer into the boards. Jeff Smith just taps it behind for Russ Perrault. Dave Whistle. Kenny Redmond not looking as the line change happened. Mark Slater. Seems a little bit dead slow and stop from the Basingstoke Beavers at the moment as time rapidly runs out. Whistle trying to get the shot away. A little wraparound. Whistle waiting for it out in front. They cleared their lines, the Sheffield Steelers, and Drew Chapman will have to start play in the direction of the Steelers' goal again. Mears. Whistle. Just took a ricochet off the pads of Martin Mackay. Mears follows it in, but they're going backwards now on the Basingstoke Beavers, and time is not on their side. It's over 2 minutes. 5-goal deficit to make up. 8-3 to the Steelers. Few challenges on the boards here. And it does finally emerge with Dave Whistle, but there's something nasty going on here, and Mark Wright has decided that's quite enough punishment he's taken for the night. And the Basingstoke Beavers player is underneath there. There's quite a few looking on, a few punches raining in. The linesmen do their best, and they're getting a little bit embroiled and involved in that as well. This time for certain there will be some penalties dished out by David Larch, who for the most part has decided to keep this game relatively penalty-free. Drew Chapman is the Basingstoke Beavers player who's involved in that altercation. He's gone for the remainder of this game. And Mark Wright will make his way to the opposite penalty box for his penalty. So they've seen the last of their action for tonight, and this is how it happened.
Gets the play coming down, getting caught on the boards. Big Neil Abel hitting the Basingstoke player from behind. And again, and you can see Drew and Rice, they've been going at each other for a good few minutes now, and then his gloves off, but the only thing them two guys learned are the fists for the face masks that they wear.
Game all but won now by the Steelers. Almost a mirror image of the game against the Whitley Warriors the previous night when they lost 8-2. They're winning 8-3 in this game, and really not an awful lot left from the Basingstoke Beavers. Perhaps on the last charge up the ice. Shot cannons off the plexiglass. Steelers will deal with that. Waste a few more seconds. Icing call, 1:28 on the game. There's Perrault. Perrault gets it out to Conway, who's been very, very quiet, or kept very, very quiet by the Steelers in this game. Not the danger and the menace he normally is. Now, Plymouth might have to do a bit of work himself here. He may just do that. His first goal of the night. And he made it look so easy, didn't he? Steelers number 9, they lead 9-3 with 1:05 remaining on the clock.
Yeah, you can see Steve Nemeth breaking down the ice, realises Belanger is not a defenseman, takes him on and lets a lovely hard low backhand into the right-hand corner of the net. Lovely taken goal.
Kellen brings it out of defence yet again for the Steelers. Been rock solid back on defence, not done a great deal wrong, if anything, in this game, and might like to put his name on the score sheet. Instead, gives Nemeth a chance to add to his goal already to make it number 2. So close to doing just that. But now whistle, perhaps the last move from the Basingstoke Beavers in this game. Lets one rip. It's a long way wide of the target. Didn't really trouble Martin Mackay a great deal, though he was in good position to deal with it if it had been a bit straighter. Whistle moves out to try and pick up on it this time. If the Basingstoke Beavers can pick up possession, that pass was in behind him. Nemeth will deal with it. 15 seconds on the play. Nemeth, last move forward perhaps with Millie, just skating around on halfway. The crowd count down. The last few seconds, shot rains in. Last couple of seconds, and the crowd rise to their feet. Confetti goes in the air. Tina Turner's The Best echoes and reverberates around the Sheffield arena. The job is done as far as the Steelers are concerned. 9 goals to 3. It was emphatic in the end, and there's the man who scored 3 of the goals tonight, back in top goal-scoring form. French-Canadian import for the Sheffield Steelers, Claude Dumas. Happy man, shakes hands with all his colleagues, Tommy Plummer, Alan Haig, who didn't get on the ice in this game, and now he'll be one of the first to line up and shake the hands of the Basingstoke Beavers players. There's Les Millie, scorer of 2 for the Sheffield Steelers in this game. Basingstoke Beavers top before this game will find themselves slipping down a little bit after this performance. A bit of work perhaps for coach Troy Walkington to do to get them back on track. Well, Claude, 3 very well taken goals, not fluky at all, and perhaps you were starting to worry about losing your goal scoring touch a bit, were you?
Yeah, sure, you get a bit worried after a while. You know, I know I can score goals, but for a while I wasn't lucky, but I knew that would come, and tonight I'm happy that I went in.
2 goals after a bit of a barren spell for you.
Yeah, I've not been scoring as late. I've been seem to be struggling to find the net, but those 2 goals came in very nicely tonight. Hopefully that'll set me off for quite a few in the next few games coming up.
And what about that second goal you scored? I mean, it looked like Claude Dumas had nowhere to go, and you just popped up from nowhere.
That's the thing we've been working on. A guy going down wide, drop pass, another guy just driving to the net. But unfortunately we never had a guy driving to the net, so I took it upon myself to do it. And there it was, a goal backhand as well, which I don't score very many of them.
Well, Mario, what do you have to say about that Beavers performance tonight?
Well, we didn't play that bad, you know. Sheffield's got a good side, and we work hard, but our break didn't go in, you know, and they got a few good goals against us, and we tried to respond, but Mackay made the great save, and well, we lose. Well,
finally, you know, that Basingstoke hoodoo, the bogey is finally over. You haven't beaten them up to tonight. Tonight was an emphatic win.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, the guys came out here with the passion to win tonight, and we were not going to leave this building without a win. And basically, that's what we've done.